everybody, what time is it? It's time to learn how to make money. So let's the game begin. Hello again everyone, I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. And recently I've run into a little bit of hard luck here. Since I moved to Houston, my car has major herpes, all right? And I'm kind of stuck at home for a day or so, and so that left me where I'm doing videos, doing some research, making a positive out of the negative, but also it gave me time to kind of put on a movie. And the movie that I saw that I haven't seen in years and years and years is called Moneyball. Wow, is that ever a great name for something on a channel like this? You bet it is. And there's a tremendously great lesson to learn from that movie. So I want to share that with you. It's kind of an old movie. I suspect you haven't seen it, Eli. I'm sure a lot of you haven't seen it. I want to just kind of review that, and it has to do with problem solving. So let's talk a little bit about Moneyball. The story about Moneyball, first of all, for you ladies, it stars Brad Pitt. And it's a movie about the Oakland Athletics, a baseball team. But let me hasten to add that the movie isn't really about baseball. That's what got me to watch it, but it's not really about baseball. And I'm going to explain to you the why and because on that. It's with Brad Pitt and the guy named Jonah, the big heavyset guy that was in like another movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, I forget what it is. But in any case, these are the two main characters in this movie. Now, here's the story. The Oakland Athletics are a baseball team that play in the American League, Major League Baseball, and they are up against all of these other baseball teams. Unfortunately for them, the other teams, primarily the teams that they talk about, the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees, have mega bucks. Their owners are unbelievably wealthy. The owner of the Oakland Athletics, unfortunately, is not. So what's happening is the teams, the Red Sox, the Yankees, and other teams as well, okay, because Oakland's pretty much the poorest team in the league, what they're doing is they have free agency. So when they see a guy that's a good player and their contract is up, they go out there, they bring a wheelbarrow full of money and say, we're going to get you a ton of money if you come and play for us. All right? Sort of the American system, you play for the people that are going to pay you the most money. Well, what's happening is Oakland had a pretty good system. They would develop people, and then once the people became stars, then these other teams would come in and pluck them right out of the Oakland Athletics, and there they are, and you're starting with zero. So what was the problem? What was the issue for the Oakland Athletics? The issue was they need to field a good team, but they don't have the money to attract the top talent. And so the way they were playing the game was the way everybody else was playing it. Okay, let's try and offer this guy this amount of money. The only problem was the Yankees and Red Sox, as an example, were able to offer more money. Well, the story starts kind of with Brad Pitt talking to Jonah, and he gets kind of a different perspective on things. You know, Jonah tells him, you can look at the guy and you know the guy was not an athlete, but he did go to Yale, so he has some brains. He's with the Cleveland Indians, he's connected with the Cleveland Indians, and Billy Bean, which is Brad Pitt's character in the movie, goes and is talking with the management, the people that are running the Cleveland Indians, and this guy's sitting in the room and he's saying no, 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 and Brad Pitt's wondering, who the heck is this guy? Because almost everybody in the room was a baseball player, former baseball player, or something like that, and why are these other people listening to him? So he finally corners the guy, takes the guy aside, and he says, what's the story? Why are you here? What are you doing? All right, and then Jonah explains to him, the guy's name in the movie was Peter, by the way, okay, and Peter explains to him that, well, teams are looking at baseball the wrong way. The thing that makes a team win is the number of runners they get on base, the number of runs that they score. And people are always looking at average, home runs, runs batted in, so on and so forth. But the key thing is, you know, as far as batting is concerned, does the guy get on base? How often does he get on base? What runs does he produce? Okay, he's positive. And for pitchers, similar type statistics that explain who's getting guys out, which is actually the object of the game when you're pitching, when you're playing defense, right? So anyway, it's got a whole different viewpoint on the game of baseball, saying that all of the other teams are looking at things wrong. And so Billy Beane, Brad Pitt in the movie, says, you know what, I don't have much choice. I can't keep thinking the way the Red Sox and the Yankees are thinking. I can't play their game. They've got a better bank balance than I do, and I'm never going to win that game. So I have to think differently. This is the thinking that I'm going to embrace. So against the suggestions of all the people that he had working, all of his scouts, the people that have been in baseball forever and ever, and they're saying, you're an idiot, it's stupid, it's not going to work. And in the movie, the manager is saying, I can't do that, it's not going to happen. He goes ahead and he does that. And he looks for guys that are undervalued, and they're undervalued because they get on base all the time. And anyway, the bottom line in the movie is that, you know, he starts off and it's like a struggle and they're not doing well, and they got a guy that's a catcher that's never played first base, and they're teaching him how to play first base, which at the major league level is kind of difficult to teach somebody to be a first baseman. They ask the guy, what is it that you fear most? And he says that a baseball will be hit in my direction. All right, so I mean, you get the idea. You know, fear is a major factor with this guy, but they're trying to overcome it. They're looking at the problem from a different perspective. They're examining a different paradigm. That's the lesson. If you keep looking at things the way you've always looked at them, you're going to get the results you've always got. Now, I saw the movie. I was excited by the movie. I looked at, kind of saw a review, and there's a guy named Ben from Canada reviews this movie. That's all it is Ben from Canada. And I want to kind of go over with you what he says, because it relates exactly to what this channel is all about, personal development. So listen carefully. Moneyball is a reminder that the tedious and the mundane are the real keys to solving the problems around you, to making a difference. Real hard work is not sexy. It's not romantic, but whatever it is that you're doing right now, if you keep working smart, one of these days you might find yourself in a really transcendent moment. A moment beyond or above the range of normal or merely physical human existence. A moment that you'll remember for the rest of your life. Now, in the movie, as in real life, the team, the Oakland A's, they don't win the championship in the end. But just like in real life, you won't get exactly what it is that you want, but it'll still be worth it. The systems that we have on our planet, they're not perfect. And changing those systems into something better is really, really hard to do. And if you're going to change the world, get used to it. You're going to get beat up along the way. So, if you're working on something important, you don't need credit, you don't need adoration or attention for it. You just need to surround yourself with the people who challenge you and support you. I should kind of say that in the other order. Support you and challenge you. Okay? Working towards some goal, no matter how impossible or idealistic it is, can really help give your life meaning. That's the lesson. Look at things, you know, when you're stuck, put yourself in a different paradigm, look from a different direction, come up with a different strategy, find a new starting line, one that's different from other people. Work on it, understand in the beginning you're going to get slapped around like Billy Beane was with the Oakland A's. They didn't start off kicking butt, but they ended up with the record for the most wins in a row by a team, 20 wins in a row in one season. That's a tremendous record to have, very difficult, and they did it with a payroll that was 1/3 that of the teams that were the Yankees and the Red Sox. So that's the lesson. Find a different way. Be creative. Use a different paradigm. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to make progress, and you're going to be better off in the end, no matter what, even if you don't reach your ultimate vision. Coming close is still a good thing. Okay. Once again, huge shout out to Ben from Canada, who contributed with his little review of the movie. And until we meet next time, don't ration the passion, fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.